The COVID-19 vaccine is a big step toward ending the pandemic and everyone getting to leave their houses again. But how did the vaccine get developed so fast? And what makes it different than other vaccines of the past? Thanks to the pandemic, scientists working on the COVID vaccine had a huge amount of money from governments and pharmaceutical companies working to fund their research. The extent of the pandemic also let scientists test the vaccine on more people in a short time frame. Instead of having just a handful of trial sites, like most scientific trials, the COVID vaccine was tested at hundreds of sites around the globe. And because the pandemic is so widespread, there was a virtually endless pool of people who could take part, unlike other trials where patients have to meet very specific criteria. Combined, the Pfizer and Moderna vaccines were tested on more than 70,000 people. It also meant that scientists could assume a certain number of participants were exposed to COVID during the study, so they could tell if the vaccine was working. They didn't need to wait months or years to see if people might come into contact with the disease. While 2020 seemed like a pretty unlucky year overall, scientists did get one lucky break when it came to vaccine development. Research into mRNA vaccines had been in the works for years, and the first two COVID vaccines used that technology. mRNA, or messenger RNA, works kind of like a translator in your body. It takes information from DNA and carries it to cells that produce proteins. The COVID vaccine uses mRNA to tell the body to create a specific protein unique to COVID to help train the immune system to respond. It's kind of like a wanted poster, letting the immune cells know what to attack. The mRNA in the shot disappears shortly after it delivers its message, kind of like Snapchat for the immune system. But while the instructions to make the protein are gone, the antibodies to fight COVID remain. On top of that, the protein created is just one of many that are produced by the actual coronavirus, so there's no chance of getting sick from the vaccine. Finally, both vaccines still had to meet the same safety standards as any other immunization approved by the FDA.